we have lace charts A and B that we'll be working with first. And I'm going to point something out, and that is that there are 17 stitches across on lace chart A and 13 stitches across on lace chart B. If you look at a color copy, you can see that there's a red line around the first 16 of the stitches, and this last column, stitch 17, is a purl column that is only used when you are all done with the number of repeats across the back, and it's a divider between your front and your back. So you're done with your back lace, you purl one, and then you start working your front chart again. So don't be confused on that. 17 stitches here. She refers to the 16 stitch repeat in the pattern. She's referring to those stitches that are bound between the red lines. Same thing on lace chart B, those stitches that are bound between the red lines, 12 stitches. It's a little easier to see the repeat on the raglan chart, and I'll just pull one over really quickly. So the raglan chart, the repeat is right through the center. Again, it's bound by red lines with your purl, dividing purl on the right, and the line stopping short before the purl column to the left. So when you work the chart across the back, you're going to be using some lace stitches, and what I wanted to do was kind of go over the lace stitches quickly for you, so as a reminder for some, as new information for others. There's a legend that tells you how to tells you what the stitches are and actually how to perform them. So a blank square, right side, and all rounds knit. If you see a blank square, when you are on a wrong side, that blank square means to purl. It's the difference between looking at the front of your fabric and looking at the back of your fabric. A dot means right side and all rounds purl, wrong side knit. Most of this sweater is done in the round and you'll be working only on the right side, but there are some stitches up on the short rows of the back of the neck that you'll be working flat. So suffice to say, right side you're going to purl, wrong side you'll knit. Next stitch is this open circle, and it's a yarn over, and I'll show you how to do that. Next is a slash that points up toward the right. Knit 2 stitches together. Next is a slash that points toward the left, and that is a slip slip knit, and then your red box for the pattern repeat. So we'll dive right in. I've got I believe I marked off 17 stitches here just for the sake of working the whole chart, and we'll work the chart together. What we need is a way to keep track of where we are on the chart, and that would be something like a sticky note. My absolute favorite is highlighter tape, and I'll show you how that works in person. Here's a sticky note. I'm going to put it at the bottom of where I am, so I know my eye is going to follow this row across, and on my sweater I'm going to repeat this 11 times because I have 11 repeats to go across the back of my sweater. But to do it once, I'm going to purl 1, knit 3. So purl 1, knit 3. I think we all got that far. This next stitch is a yarn over. So yarn over, you just wrap the yarn around the needle as if it were in a stitch. So if I put my needle in the stitch and I wrap it, only I'm not going to put my needle in the stitch, I'm just going to wrap it. And then knit 2. So next up is this right leaning slash, which is a knit 2 together. I'm going to knit 2 stitches together with no additional instructions. Instead of going through 1 stitch in knitting, you're going to go through 2 stitches in knitting. And you can see how it pulls that stitch toward the right. It makes a right leaning stitch. Okay, purl 1. And now I have a slip slip knit. So slip slip knit, and the instructions are here. Slip 1 stitch knitwise, slip 1 stitch knitwise, return the 2 slip stitches to the left needle and knit them together through the back loop. So slip 1 stitch knitwise, slip 1 stitch knitwise, return them to the left needle and knit them through the back loop. Then I'll knit 3. I'm sorry, knit 2. See, there we go. Slip slip knit, knit 2, yarn over again, knit 3. And then because I have 17 on this particular swatch, purl 1, and then work my edge stitch.